We're going to talk about some really good books. Hey, my name is Shae'Loren and I am back again, and today I am going to be reviewing 3 fiction books by Black women I read in February and March. All 3 of these were on my February and March to be read list. I am very proud of myself for finishing all of them. Luster by Leilani, My Sister the Serial Killer by Oyinkan Braithwaite, Stay With Me by Ayobami Adebayo. Every single last one of them was so good. So if you're interested in a little book review about the 3 books that I mentioned, keep watching. So the first book I'm going to talk about is Luster by Leilani, and this book is about a 23-year-old named Edie who is living in New York. Edie's just living like that normal 20-something-year-old life, not really knowing what's next and just kind of like trying to figure out life, but also having like that YOLO mentality. I liked that part about Edie's character. Edie is also dating a 40-something-year-old man, Eric, who happens to be married, but he's part of an open marriage. Things get weird when she moves in with him and his wife and adopted kid. She's just kind of like down bad for Eric. Get up. Like, what are you doing? I really enjoyed her relationship with Eric's adopted Black daughter. I thought that relationship was really cute, and you got to see like a lot of character development from both characters because of that relationship. Edie as a person though, kind of got bored with her, but I understood why Edie was the way that she was, because the book does touch on her past and just kind of like some of the trauma that she has experienced and overcome, or is trying to overcome. So there is some reasoning behind her personality and some of the things that she chooses to do, so I get it. But yeah, sis was just going through it and struggling. It's a really good book. Really like Leilani's voice, and this was her first book, so I'm really excited to see what she comes up with next, because I can honestly say I've never read a book about someone who was involved with an open marriage. So you know, she's just like really coming out, giving us some fresh material, and we love that. So this next one is about a serial killer. Typically not my speed, but it actually happened to be like one of my favorites out of these 3, and it is titled My Sister the Serial Killer by Oyinkan Braithwaite. And this book was so very good. Killer Ayola, who is absolutely stunning, like extraordinarily beautiful, and men just gravitate toward her. They want to buy her things, they want to date her, and they literally fall victim to her beauty because she has killed 3 men that she has dated. So she's now officially, by definition, a serial killer. And her sister Cora Day helps her pick up these messes from like killing men. So she literally comes in and helps clean up the mess, and also just helps her sister Ayola hide the fact that she is killing men left and right. But Ayola definitely gets out of a lot of things because of her beauty, and just gets like a lot of respect and trust from people from her beauty. And I know from an interview that the author really wanted to touch on how beauty can really change the way that people perceive you, and I really think that the book touches on that, and to the point where it's like almost frustrating, like you guys can't see through this mask. I really enjoyed that about the book. And then you also really touch on like their past and some of the things that they experienced as children. So you're in the present, but there are some flashbacks about their past that really help you understand why they are the way that they are. And I thought that that aspect of it was interesting, because you're like, okay, makes sense. I really did like that, because I feel like without that, would not have understood their relationship and just like the dynamic that they had going on. Really touches on like that family bond and how far you're willing to go to like protect your own. Still don't really agree with it, but I understand where they're coming from a little bit more. So I would definitely recommend the book. Can honestly probably say you haven't read a book about a sister who is a serial killer and a sister who helps her pick up the mess. So I would definitely recommend it. So the next book I'm going to talk about was my absolute favorite book out of these 3, and if I make an end of the year like my favorite books of 2022 video, this book will definitely be on it, because it was that good. And it is titled Stay With Me by Ayobami Adebayo. And when I tell you this book was so good I couldn't put it down, this book was so good I couldn't put it down. Like, it took a minute. At first I was just kind of like, okay, when's it gonna pick up? But once you get to that pickup point, it's just like, it gets messier, it gets crazy. Just so many plot twists that I just was not prepared for. It is about 2 two people, Yejide and Akin, and they are married. They met while Yejide was at university, and it was pretty much like love at first sight. And their marriage is just like a normal, typical marriage, but Yejide cannot get pregnant, and Akin's family really wants Akin to have a child. He's like the first son, and it's just like a big deal, and they're like, what is taking so long? We've tried everything. It's time to bring in a second wife. Maybe that'll help your first wife get pregnant, or just bring a kid into this family for us. So they bring in the second wife. All of this is in the synopsis, no spoilers here, but she just like really complicates things and makes their marriage pretty messy, and Yejide just isn't happy about it because they definitely discussed that Akin would not have multiple wives, so she just kind of feels blindsided and upset. And it's told from the perspective of both Akin and Yejide, so you're really getting like both sides of the story, which I absolutely love. And I really think that it was enjoyable, but also so frustrating, because you're like, if you would just communicate this to Yejide, or Yejide, if you would just communicate this to Akin, we would not have all of these problems. But the synopsis does say that she was able to get pregnant, but at what cost? And when I read that, I feel like that really made me want to read the book, because I'm like, what cost could it possibly be? Like, how costly are we talking? And the cost that it was, my brain was just not there at all, and I just really recommend it. It is a little bit sad, I will say that. I'm forgetting all of the sad parts because the plot twist just had me like so shook. You're kind of like getting romance and like sadness and just like messiness and drama all wrapped up into one, and I literally could not put it down. Like, once I got to like page 80 or 90, I think, it was just done for. Like, I literally finished more than half of the book in one day, and I would just definitely recommend it. It's so good. I absolutely love the author's voice, and I really enjoyed the fact that like you were kind of like in the past and you were in the present, and it was just like jumping around, so you kind of like had to pay attention to what part of their life story you were at. And I just think that she did a great job. I would definitely check out some of her other books. I don't know if she has any other books. If she does, I will definitely be reading them, because this one was 10 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching this book review. I hope that you found this video interesting, and just like my little review on the books interesting, and that you definitely decide to check some of them out. I really think that you will enjoy them as much as I did. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I hope that you decide to stick around by subscribing. Thank you again for watching, and bye.
Thank you for watching, and subscribe to her channel, and bye.